So a collection of the accumulated emotional pain, the 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 stuck energy, it forms the pain body. It's a negative energy field that becomes active when triggered by situations which echoes our past. So again, dormant versus active. The pain body isn't the same in everyone, and it doesn't behave the same way. For most of us, the pain body alternates between dormant and active states. When it's dormant, we feel relatively okay, but certain things can wake it up, like intimate relationships, situations which are linked to past loss or abandonment. So anything that resonates with an old pain pattern can activate it. The triggers are often very specific. Maybe every time we face rejection, the pain body activates, or when we feel criticized, or abandoned, or controlled. Even an innocent remark by someone close to us can flip the switch if it touches an old wound. And the pain body comes in different intensities. Some are relatively harmless, like the child who won't stop complaining, annoying but not dangerous. Others are destructive, true demons. Some attack people around us, others attack inward, turning our thoughts and feelings about ourselves dark and self destructive. So, understanding this helps us to recognize what is happening when we feel suddenly overtaken by negative emotion, and that seems disproportionate to the situation. So many of us know the experience of being in a good mood, having a normal day, and then one thing happens, one comment, one memory, and one situation, and suddenly we are completely in different state. Dark thoughts flood in, self-doubt comes, the anger and despair, that shift. That's the pain body waking up. It was dormant, waiting for something to resonate with its frequency. So we can't stop creating time right now. Here's the practical instruction. If we no longer want to create pain for ourselves and others, if we don't want to keep adding to the residue of past pain still living in us, we stop creating time, or at least no more than absolutely necessary for the practical things. So, right now, most of us live in time and pay brief visits to now. Like we live in time means we live in past or we live in future. We think about past or we plan about future, worry about future. And we pay very brief visits to the now, like very rarely we are in the now, what is happening right now here. We spend our days in mental time, reliving the past, rehearsing the future, planning, worrying, remembering, and occasionally we snap into the present moment for a second before diving back into time. We need to flip this. Make the now our primary living place, live here, and pay brief visits to past and future only when required for the practical life situations. So, this is the practice we need to do. This is the shift. Instead of using the now as a means to get to some future moment in our minds, we honor the present moment as all we actually have. Think about a typical morning. We wake up already in future, thinking about everything we need to do today. We shower in the past, reviewing yesterday. We eat breakfast in future again. Planning, strategizing. We have been awake for 2 hours and we haven't actually been present for any of it. But what we rever- reverse this. Present while showering. What if we reverse this? What if we are present while showering? What if we are present while eating? What if we are present while commuting and only visiting mental time briefly when we needed to plan something specific? What does it feel like in our body to actually be here versus lost in mental time? What about when the right now genuinely sucks? This is the objection that comes up immediately. Okay, accept the present moment, but what if it's unacceptable? What if it's unpleasant or even awful? So here's the answer. It is as it is. When something unpleasant happens, watch what our minds do immediately. They label it. This is terrible. This is unfair. This shouldn't be happening. And that labeling, that continuous judging, is what creates the suffering on top of the situation itself. So here's the 3-step process. First, observe. Watch how the mind labels the situation. See the labeling is happening. Second, accept. Allow this moment to be. Not because we like it, but because it already is. Fighting reality is not going to help. It's insane. Third, then act. Take action if necessary or possible. This is critical. Acceptance doesn't mean doing nothing. Acceptance/surrender. Surrendering doesn't mean doing nothing. It means accepting what is first and then acting. Not acting from resistance, but acting from clarity. That's what surrendering means. Many of us have dealt with a crisis, maybe a health scare or a job loss or a relationship ending, and there's often a moment where we stop fighting it internally. We accept it. Okay, this is happening. Nothing I can control. I've tried to fight it, I've tried to resist it, but at some point we have to accept it and carry on. And the strange thing is, once that acceptance occurs, we often see more clearly what action to take. The resistance was clouding our judgment. Accepting brings clarity. So, accept, then act, and this will transform everything. So, fighting reality is insane. Think about what we do constantly. We create inner resistance to something that already exists. We oppose life itself, and life is now. It's always now. So we essentially standing in river trying to push the water backwards. This is the root of our psychological suffering, not the circumstances themselves. The resistance to the circumstances, the inability to accept what is. We live in perpetual state of this shouldn't be happening, while it's actually happening. Surrender to what is. Say yes to life, not passive acceptance, active cooperation. Work with the moment, not against it. Make it our friend or ally, not our enemy. And here's what happens. This miraculously transforms everything, not because the external situation always changes, but because our internal relationship to reality fundamentally shifts. Think about the image of this slide. The stone in the water flows around it. The stone doesn't resist the water, it doesn't create suffering by insisting the water should flow differently. It accepts the reality of the water's movement. And because of this, there's a kind of peace in the scene. The stone and the water aren't in conflict. So this is very important. Life isn't happening to us. Life is happening. Our resistance make it feel personal. We take things very personally when we resist. And because of we have taken things personally, we get angry, we get upset, agitated, defensive. So, we are not the thinker. This is where the freedom actually begins. By watching the mechanics of the mind, observing how it works, we step out of its resistance patterns. We create space between the awareness and thought. When we completely identified with our thinking, we are in pain, we are the suffering, we are the story our minds is telling. There is no separation. We experience ourselves as the mental and emotional patterns running through us. But the moment we observe the pain body, something extraordinary happens. We break the identification. We realize there is pain. There is a pain, and there is awareness watching the pain. We are the awareness. We are the watcher. We are not the pain. This gives us a taste of true inner freedom, freedom from the external conditions, true inner peace that doesn't depend on circumstances being a certain way. Many of us have experienced this, maybe without naming it. We are in the middle of emotional storm, anger, anxiety, grief, and suddenly there is a small shift. A tiny part of us steps back and observes. I am feeling angry right now. Not I am angry, but I am feeling anger. There's a difference. That distinction is everything. One is identified, the other is aware. Right now, in this moment, can we notice a space between the awareness and whatever thought just arose? So, this week, let's all practice watching the thinker. When a strong emotion arises, notice it, name it silently. Oh, anxiety is here. Oh, anger is here. Oh, the defensiveness is here. Not that I am anxious, not I am angry, not I am defensive. Just observe it as you would observe a weather passing through. We are not the thinker, we are not the consciousness behind the thinking. So we are the consciousness behind the thinking. The way out of pain begins with awareness. Start watching, start noticing. The present moment is waiting. So thank you, friends. That's all for today. Tomorrow we will continue with chapter 2, Power of Now. Please share the link to this video with your friends and family if you are benefiting from this. And please like and subscribe to the video and the channel. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Thank you for listening.